You've had a long off season. What are your thoughts ahead of this Corpus Christi game?
I'm very excited. I feel like it'll be a good start to the season. They're a very good team, so being able to play against them early will help prepare us later for the season.
When you were talking with Painter about your role this year, kind of early on, what kinds of things was he saying? I mean, I'm not sure you necessarily expected to, be so in the mix this early on.
Just being able to play good defense. If I'm in with Braden, just being able to jam the ball after the shot goes up, guarding the guard, and then also on offense, being able to look for my shot in the mid-range three, and also creating for my teammates as well.
How many teams have you played on where there's three guards like this one?
Yeah, my AAU team, we actually played with three guards on a team. Sometimes I'd be on the ball, sometimes I'd be off the ball, sort of like what I'm doing now. So it kind of helped me where I am now.
Yeah. And what do you think that gives you guys? Does it take a load off Braden? Does it give you, I'm sure it gives you matchup advantages that you can exploit, in certain looks?
Yeah, I definitely feel like it takes a load off Braden just because he has to run the offense and he has a lot going on. So me and Jakari being able to jam the ball and being able to go in full court so that he gets that break in between, I feel like is very important for the team.
Yeah, and so like when he's off the ball, what kinds of things is he doing then?
I'd say just communicating, talking on defense, switching on different scenarios on offense, just being a good defender in general.
Yeah, and then just having him as a spot up option, is that kind of unlocking a new thing for you guys?
Yeah, I feel so.
Yeah. And just your recruiting story. I mean, I know that we've heard it before, but it's kind of gotten some attention. How crazy was that? Because to me, that seems like it would be the dream. Like,
I know.
He wasn't even there to see you. You happen to play well, and then you got Matt Painter talking to you.
Yeah, we played in Las Vegas, which was our last tournament.
Okay.
And so it was the last game of the whole event, and we played Indiana Elite, and I performed well that game. And then after, Coach Painter reached out to my AAU head coach, and then we started exchanging from there. And then I came on my visit here, and I loved it. And then I committed a few days later.
So he didn't introduce himself to you in person. It was later on through your AAU coach. Okay. What was that like when your coach, put you in touch with him?
It was exciting because it was my first high major look. So I felt like I proved myself to all the people that I could be at this level.
How much did you know about Purdue at the time?
I knew a decent amount, not a lot. I've never played, or I never watched a game in Mackey before. I've always watched it on TV, but I knew that Purdue was a very good program. I knew Coach Painter was a very good coach, one of the best coaches in the country.
Yeah. Were you told anything, along those lines as you were, kind of growing up of you never know who's watching?
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
So, was there anybody in particular that preached that to you, and did you kind of think of them when that whole thing happened?
I say my dad and also other coaches, because you don't know who's in the stands, so you got to play hard no matter what game you're in. Just go your hardest no matter what. You don't know who's watching, so if you perform well, then maybe you'll get that opportunity.
How many points did you score in that game?
20 something, I think. I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah, that sounds right. And then just your experience so far with this dream of that you didn't even think was attainable. What stuck out so far about playing at Purdue?
I'm loving it so far. The first game we had in the exhibition one here, big crowd. Never been in front of a crowd that big before, so it's definitely a life-changing experience. And the crowd's supposed to get bigger and louder later in the season, so that should be very exciting.
Yeah, did it kind of come alive and click for you to see the stands full for the first time?
Yeah, coming out of the tunnel, just seeing the crowd and the band going crazy. It was a great experience for me.
Yeah. What did you feel in that moment? What could you compare it to maybe?
Probably a rush of adrenaline, sort of. And because at first I was a little bit nervous, first time playing in Mackey, but then once I started getting into the flow of things, they kind of went away. So.
Right on. Appreciate it.
Thank you.